Hey, what's up everyone, Ollie here. So this video has actually been in the works since March earlier this year, but COVID hit, which delayed things, and then I got cancer, which delayed things even further, but finally it's here. First, I wanted to give you a bit of context, especially to the new viewers of the channel. I'm a designer who also loves photography and video, and I run a couple of businesses from home, including an e-commerce store, and I do YouTube on the side for fun. I've been looking for the perfect desk for around 2 years now, and I had two requirements, one of them being that it had to be made from walnut, and the other one being that it had to be a sit and stand desk, and that is what the Sway desk does for me. The Sway desk is from Ergonoffice. Full disclosure, they did send this desk out to me. My desk is a custom size of 24 inches deep by 60 inches wide, and it's made from walnut, and the walnut finish is absolutely incredible. It's sustainably sourced too and made in Canada, and it has a very clean but also very moody and dark sort of finish to it too. Because it's made from real walnut, no two desks will look exactly the same. Each desk will look different because each desk will have its own sort of grain and finish to it. Long-time followers will know that I'm a huge fan of walnut, and it complements all of my other sort of walnut pieces that I have around my home. The desk can of course change height as well, and working from home, being able to change it from sit to stand whenever I like is very useful. Something that I did find very impressive about this desk is how smooth the motors are. Being able to just put it up and down, it has a very smooth motion to it, and it also does it with a very minimal noise, especially compared to other sit and stand desks that I've seen in the past. The controls sit on the bottom right of the desk. You can of course change height, but you can also set two presets if you like, depending on your preferences. I am really impressed by the Sway desk. The finish of it, the quality of it, the design of it, it's just fantastic. On the left hand side, I have actually kept my IKEA drawers from my previous setup. Just being able to have storage for essentials that I want to just put away is very useful. On top, I also have my Orbit Key Nest, which I use just to organize a few things. I have a camera, my Sony a7S III, which I always basically have on charge. I also have a normal plant, and I also have a wireless charger for my phone. There is also a USB-C and a lightning cable on the back attached with a cable organizer, just so I can quickly charge devices whenever I need to. It sort of acts as a sort of mini charging station for me. Now onto my Mac setup. So I was using the 5-kit iMac before. I only bought that machine last year, but ever since the introduction of the M1 Max, I've just been blown away by how good the performance is. So I've switched completely over to the M1 MacBook Pro. I have done a review on this machine, so make sure to check that out if you're interested, but in short, it is an absolutely fantastic machine. The MacBook is connected up to an LG 5K ultrafine monitor. Now, there are a few reasons why I've gone with this monitor, because I have had a lot of questions about it. The first reason, and the main reason why I went with this monitor, is for that 5K resolution. There just isn't any other monitors out there that have the same sort of resolution at 27 inches. I'm really surprised other manufacturers haven't come up with anything. So yeah, it's just as close as you can get it to the 5K iMac. Now you're probably wondering, what's the point of having a 5K resolution display if there isn't any 5K content to consume? Well, I feel like this monitor isn't really made to consume content. You can of course watch videos and whatever else on it, but I feel like the main point of this monitor is for content creation. If you're someone who's designing in Sketch like I do, or editing videos in Final Cut Pro, being able to have that screen estate whilst also keeping the UI and the interface sharp is just fantastic. You can also use one cable to power your MacBook whilst also driving the actual display. So no need to have, 2 or 3 cables or whatever it is. You can just have one cable doing the whole job. It also has a built-in hub. So what I've done is I've taken a USB-C adapter, I've plugged it into the back, and then I've attached it via Velcro onto the back of the display. And this basically just acts as a sort of USB hub for me. So I shoot all of my photos and videos to SD cards, so this can act as my SD card reader. I also have a gigabit internet connection at home, and this USB adapter has an Ethernet port, so I can connect up my Ethernet cable to make sure that I get the most out of the gigabit internet speed that I have at home. I have the MacBook and the monitor all mounted onto a sort of monitor arm / laptop tray, which I picked up from Amazon. Now, I'll be honest, the quality of it isn't great, but it does the job. I feel like for most people it's going to be good enough. It's much sturdier and heavier than I expected, but it clamps well onto the desk, and it also comes with cable management clips and things like that, so you can hide away all of your cables. The laptop tray should be big enough for most laptops. It holds my MacBook 13-inch very well. And yeah, if you're someone like me who likes to have your MacBook and your display lined up together so you can have both screens open and just get the most screen estate, this is a great setup. On the desk itself, I have a ULX desk mat, and yeah, this just adds some good layering to the desk, adds some sort of texture to the desk, and because it's made from full grain leather as well, it feels fantastic. I'm currently using the Keychron K8 keyboard, But I keep switching between the Keychron keyboard and the Apple keyboard. I'm not sure what I like most yet. I just keep switching depending on my preference. My mouse of choice is the Magic Mouse. Even after using the Logitech MX Master 3, I just keep going back to the Magic Mouse. I don't seem to have any problems with using it. I don't get sort of any hand cramps. I know some people do, but for me, it's ideal. It works really well. I think it works well for my grip as well, and I feel like it just integrates really well with macOS. I also have the Harman Kardon sound sticks. Now, when it comes to the look of them, you either love them or hate them. It's really down to personal preference, but you can't deny that the sound quality they produce is fantastic. I've had mine for 10 years now and they still work great. The only thing is they are sort of falling apart because I've moved so many times and they've gone through sort of so many different desk setups that over time, after being bashed and moved and stuff like that, they are basically falling apart. They're just held together by tape and glue. So I think it might be time to look for a new sort of set of desktop speakers, but I might just end up buying another pair, I don't know. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I did do quite a lot of cable management and trickery to get the cables out of sight. The desk itself does come with some cable management accessories such as zip ties and cable clamps, so you can stop the cables from dangling down. I've used a bunch of adhesive holders to hold other cables too. These are great as sometimes you can run multiple cables through them. I also have a power strip attached to the bottom with some ultra strong Velcro so I can attach it and detach it whenever I like. Then I have a lot of cables running from the desk to the floor with a cable management spine also from Ergonoffice. It's not the neatest cable management in the world, but it does the job, as my main aim was to be able to access any cables quickly but also keep them out of sight when I'm looking at the desk straight on. My current office chair is the Herman Miller Aeron, and yeah, it looks and works great. If you're someone who sits at a desk a lot, it's very much worth investing in a high-end office chair like this. But if you also want to save money, like I did, I'd highly recommend checking out places like eBay and Facebook Marketplace looking for a Herman Miller chair, because you can usually get them for half price. Offices sometimes just have to get rid of office chairs because they're either getting rid of their office or they're moving offices or whatever else it may be, and you can usually pick up a Herman Miller chair for half the price. So yeah, if you're looking to save some money, make sure to try doing something like that. I have two large prints on the wall behind my desk. These are from linksupply.com and they're actually designed by me. They're inside large 61 by 91 frames from IKEA. And then on the left side, I have a simple Muto folded shelf with just my YouTube plaque in it. So yeah, that's it for my desk setup. This will be my desk setup going forward. I don't plan to do any major changes. The only change that I'm sort of expecting is when Apple sort of released their M1 iMac, because I would really like to go back to an iMac. I just prefer an iMac sort of setup. So yeah, we'll see when Apple do that. But yeah, this is my productive workspace setup. It's where I do all of my work. It's where I pretty much run all of my businesses as well, and where I do everything. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter and subscribe for more.